In this video, we're going to talk about the TED Ed interface and how the website is built around not only videos, but around learning and teaching and sharing and questioning students and getting them to think a little bit outside the box when they're interacting and engaging with these videos. So I've already logged into my TED account that we looked at in the last video, because it'll let us get to a few more areas as we're going through this. So go ahead and log in if you haven't already. And then what I want to do is I want to just go to we're just going to look at a video. So let's take a look at this mathematics video here. So when we click on watch, we can play the video right here on the main site, but let's go and view the full lesson, and it'll show kind of the whole structure of one of these TED Ed videos. So what they've got here is they've got a video here that's based on a lecture given by this educator. So Christopher Danielson gave a lecture on what does one mean? One is one, and it's a mathematics-based video. And what they've done is they've went ahead and they've animated this video to make it a little bit more appealing and engaging to students, which is pretty awesome. And again, like I said in the last one, we can see these on science, on math, on philosophy. There's videos for just about everything we could want. So in theory, what would happen is students would watch this video, and rather than just stopping there, we could have them take a quick quiz. And there are 5 quiz questions here that are based on the video that they just watched, and they're multiple choice, and the students get immediate feedback. So what is an example of a composed unit? I'm not totally sure, so I'm just going to click on C, and then what we can do is we can check our answer, and it tells us if we got it right or wrong. So if we go to the next question, a partition unit, let's say A, it tells me that it wasn't it, and I can either try again or I can look at a video hint, and it will jump to a point in that video where it would talk about that particular answer, which is really, really great for quick feedback for the students. So that's one powerful thing, and that's great for recall. What we want students, though, is to think. We want them to be thinking about what they're watching. And so they've come up with more questions. So this first question here, the speaker claims that composed units are more commonly a standard size than a partition unit. Do you agree or disagree? Brainstorm a list. And then what they would do is they would go through and they would type in a list, and then they could save their answer for later pullback. So if you've got a group of students watching this, they could all be writing the same thing, and then they could all pull back to their answer and talk about it later. So that's getting into the thinking portion. Then digging deeper, this is more for extended discussion or for class homework or writing or creation or something along those lines. So TED is not only giving us great video content to use with our classes, but they're giving us content that students can also engage with immediately. So this is provided for you when you log into TED from these featured videos. So this is all great, well and good. And then they've got integrated sharing right here, so you can tweet this video out or you can share it on Facebook. But then the other thing you're going to see around is it says flip this lesson. And what it allows you to do when you click on this, if you find a video that you like, we can flip this, and then I can customize this content for my students. So if I was a math teacher, I can go in and I can change this description to say, it could be just the assignment, or I can link it to my math page. If I want to go to the quiz, I can change this quiz. I can exclude a particular question if I think it's too easy or too hard. I can get rid of them and have them only do one question on this. I can go to the thinking portion. I can exclude, again, different questions that have already been written based on the video as it was provided. And then the finally portion, what we can do is we can give our own question. We can add our own question here based on the video or based on what you're learning, and give them an assignment or a discussion topic or something along those lines that is unique to your students. And what you would do then is you would preview it, and we can see this final TED Ed flipped lesson. So my questions, the custom questions that I chose, the custom thinking portion that I want my students to work on, and then to dig deeper, I didn't change anything here. So there's everything everything included that was there in the original video, and then finally, if you had given some of that custom question and answer for your students. So we can go back and edit this if we would like, and you can retitle it to whatever you want. So the TED Ed platform is really built for customization and for sharing. So this is fantastic, and what it does is it publishes to your account. So this is just a glimpse at the TED Ed interface and what we want to be doing. So let's look at one more. I'm a science teacher, so I'm going to go through to this science one. And a friend of mine, actually, John Bergman, he made a great video on how small an atom is. So atoms are very, very tiny, and this video walks through the size of an atom. I like this one a lot, and it's something I want to use, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this lesson on my account. And we're going to use it just how small is an atom. I'm actually going to retype this into something else. I'm not going to do it right this minute, but I want to look at the quick quiz questions. I'm going to keep that first one because it's pretty good. I'm going to get rid of this second question because it's fairly the same as the first one. Keep the density question. We're going to exclude this one, and then we're going to exclude this last one. Let's go through the think. I really like the describe the scale of an atom, so I'm going to include this. And if we go to the dig deeper, we can go in and we can edit this one. So these are, again, some more thoughts on the size of an atom, some other websites that are already great resources for teaching that. So I'm going to keep all of this, and then I'll go back and edit it later. And then the and finally. So as a group, come up with a scale for atoms that is based on observable features in the classroom. So they'll have to look at the resources that they have in their classroom, where they are at that moment, and then they're going to have to do something with it. So when I publish this, or am I sure I want to publish it? This is something we cannot edit once it's published. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And then once it's published, I can then share this on my network. We can email it. We can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on others, so LinkedIn, on the Google Buzz, StumbleUpon. And then you can also nominate it to be featured by TED-Ed. So if you think it's a great lesson, if you collaborate with someone on it, you can nominate it, and they might put it on their featured page. And when it's done, we can go to view the lesson. And this is a link I would give my students. And then the students would go through this and use this as their lesson for that particular topic. So again, TED-Ed is built around not only great video content, but the interaction and the engagement that needs to be happening when we're using this content with the students.